Hi, today we look at this rational equation. We want to solve for x. The rational equation x squared minus 1 all of that squared divided by x into x plus 1 all of that squared equals a half. We want to solve for the value of x. How do we do that? We have x squared minus 1 all of that squared all over x into x plus 1 all of that squared is equal to a half. To solve for x, now we have to apply our algebra carefully. If we look at the numerator, we will see that uh, the expression in the parenthesis is actually a difference of two squares. All right, so to make that visible, we can write that numerator as x squared minus 1 squared. Remember, 1 squared is the same as 1. So we write it in this form to make it more clearer for us to be able to see that it's actually a difference of two squares. So we can apply the difference of squares identities. All over x into x plus 1, all of this squared is equal to a half. All right, now applying therefore the difference of squares identities here, pay attention. We should not make that error to omit the square up. All right, so apply the difference of squares identity here. We're going to obtain x minus 1 into x plus 1. All of that, pay attention again, all of that squared divided by x into x plus 1 squared. All right, now we notice the power up there at the numerator is the same as the power here except this one. So we can write the expression now as 1 all over x, this one, into x minus 1 into x plus 1 all over x plus 1. All of this. Now we write the power once since it was up and down. Okay. So what do we see here? We see x plus 1 cancels x plus 1. Okay. So all of that equals to a half. We don't forget the half. So we end up with 1 all over x into x plus x minus 1 squared, okay, is equal to a half. This gives us that. Now, what do we do next? We open this parenthesis. X minus 1 squared is 1 all over x into x minus 1. X minus 1 is equal to a half. Open that parenthesis. We have 1 all over x into x squared minus 2x plus 1 is equal to a half. Okay, this can be written for short as x squared minus 2x plus 1 all over x is equal to a half. So we have this fraction equals that fraction. So if we carry out cross multiplication, these two will come and multiply over there. We're going to obtain 2 into x squared minus 2x plus 1 is equal to this x multiplied to 1 gives us x. Now we open the parenthesis. We obtain 2x squared minus 4x plus 2 is equal to x. So we're seeing a quadratic coming out there. We take this x on the right hand side to the left hand side. This is positive x, bringing it this way become negative x. So we obtain 2x squared minus 4x. This one becomes here minus x plus 2 equals 0. All right. So we have 2x squared minus 4x minus x is minus 5x plus 2 equals 0. All right. So here we obtain a quadratic equation. Clearly, we obtain a quadratic equation. So from here, we can now apply the quadratic formula, or we use any other method for factorizing quadratic equations. Okay, so if we look at it, we'll see the leading term, coefficient of the leading term is 2. All right, coefficient of the middle term is -5, and our constant is 2. From there, so we can now apply the quadratic formula. X equals minus b plus minus the root of b squared minus 4ac, all of that divided by 2a. All right, so let's put the values of a, b, c carefully. This is negative b, -5, plus minus the square root of -5 squared minus 4 into a into c, all of that divided by 2a. All right, negative gives us positive 5 plus minus the root -5 squared. Remember, the square affects both the negative and the 5, so negative squared becomes positive. 5 squared is 25. We have 25 minus 4 times 2 is 8 times 2 is 16, all of that divided by 4. Okay, from here now we proceed to have the two values of x as x equals 5 plus minus the root of 25 minus 16 is 9, all over 4. The root of 9 is 3. 5 equals 5 plus minus 3, all over 4. All right, so the first value of x is, when we take the plus, that gives us 8 all over 4, which is 2. And the other value of x, when we take the minus, 5 minus 3 all over 4, that gives us 2 all over 4, which is a half. So the two possible solutions of x are x equals 2 and x equals half. Okay, we can test to see if our solution is valid. All right, to test means to put the values of x on the left hand side expression and see if we obtain the result on the right hand side. So if we test the first value 2, so wherever we see x, we're going to put 2. Let's do that. So we'll have 2 squared minus 1, all of that squared, all over 2 into 2 plus 1 squared. Are we going to have the result, what we have on the right hand side? Are we going to get half when we evaluate this? When we evaluate this, we see 2 squared is 4. 4 minus 1 is 3. So we have 3 squared all over. In the parenthesis, 2 plus 1 is 3. 3 squared is 9 times 2, 18. So we're going to have 9 all over 18, which is a half. All right. So the left hand side has given us the right hand side. So this solution is valid. We also test this one when x is a half. So wherever we see x, we put a half. Here we have a half squared minus 1, all of that squared, divided by a half into a half plus 1 squared. What do we get? A half squared, we square the numerator, 1, square the denominator, 4, minus 1, all of that squared. No, pay attention. Yes, we have 1 all over 4 minus 1, all of that squared, divided by a half into a half plus 1. A half plus 1. 1 all over 1. LCM is 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1 times 1 is 1. 2 divided by 1 is 2 times 1 is 2. So we get 3 all over 2. So here we're going to have 3 all over 2 squared. All right. So what do we get for that? A half minus 1. Sorry, it's up here. 1/4 minus 1 minus 1. We can write 1 as a fraction also. The LCM is 4. Okay. So it's going to give us 4 divided by 4 is 1, multiplied to 1 is 1. 4 divided by 1 is 4, multiplied to 1 is 4. Okay, so that gives us -3 all over 4. But all of that was squared. So when we square this, we're going to have 9 all over 16. All right, 9 all over 16 divided by, we'll now evaluate this one under. This one under, we'll have a half into 3 squared is 9, 2 squared is 4. So that gives us 9 all over 2 multiplied to 4, 8. So 9 all over 16 divided by 9 all over 8. All right, so we have this fraction divided by this fraction. We maintain the first fraction, change this to multiplication, invert the other one, and we check out our result. 9 cancels 9, 8 here 1, 8 there 2. Again, we obtain a half. So the two solutions, x equals 2 and x equals half, are valid solutions for this rational equation.